Greetings, my friends. Please consider supporting me in my war to save pop culture by subscribing to my channel and possibly even becoming a channel member for exclusive videos, access to Doomcock emojis, and more. And if you like this video in particular, please consider using the new Super Thanks feature and putting a tip in the tip jar located next to the like buttons down at the bottom of the video. Thank you for watching, and now, on to the video. My friends, I am a huge fan of The Witcher. Playing Witcher 3 has been one of the great gaming experiences of my life, right up there with playing Red Dead Redemption, and I truly and deeply loved the first season of The Witcher. Henry Cavill not only proved what a great actor he is in that first season, bringing life to Geralt of Rivia, he also proved that he was one of us. Underneath that handsome exterior beat the heart of a true geek, just like us. He didn't have to be talked into playing Geralt. He actively lobbied to get the role of Geralt because he loved the character and the universe so damn much. The reason why he wanted to be a part of The Witcher is the same reason that we in the audience watch The Witcher. Henry Cavill is a fan. And thus it was that the first season of The Witcher came to be such a success because start to finish, it was a labor of love. But then, my friends, then came season 2 of The Witcher, and that's when things started to go horribly wrong in so many ways. Now it has been announced that Henry Cavill is abandoning the role he loved so much and being replaced by Liam Hemsworth. And while I have nothing particularly bad to say about Liam Hemsworth, I have a lot of bad to say about Netflix and the showrunners of The Witcher because they have let this amazing show go straight to hell, and I am furious now that I have been told the real reason why Henry Cavill left. My Hollywood spies have gone on a deep dive here, folks, and they've returned to the surface with a leak detailing exactly what went wrong with The Witcher, so wrong that it has driven Cavill away from the series.
Geez, aren't you making a mountain out of a molehill here? The reason why Cavill left is pretty obvious to most fans, right? Cavill left because Superman is making a return, baby! Superman's back, and Cavill's coming back with him. This is good news, dude, not bad. And yet, appearances can be deceiving, Harvey Cthulhu. After all, at this point I look like a sad severed head in a bubble of entropy, like I'm defeated, or as Bill Paxton famously put it in Aliens, game over, man, game over. But alas for you and Doomcock and that furry little shit with the buck teeth. I'm gathering my necromantic power, building it up slowly, and once I have regained enough of it, I shall be avenged on you all. The dead shall rise, the living will fall. Likewise with Cavill. I do not believe he left merely so he could play Superman. Any production would schedule around Cavill. To have Cavill, he's one of the biggest stars in Hollywood.
I must give a tip of the hat to the Skull of Calderon, Harvey, for in this case, he is correct. Or at least it appears that way if what my Hollywood spies have told me is correct. But before I reveal what I was told, it's important to remember that Henry Cavill sounded the alarm about being unhappy with The Witcher even before Season 2 was released. In an interview, Cavill told fans of the show, quote, "The toughest part for me was finding that balance between the showrunner's vision and my love for the books, and trying to bring that Geralt to the showrunner's vision. It's about treading a fine line there. It's the showrunner's story, and so it's an adaptation. The tricky bit for me was finding Geralt from the book's place within that, and being able to serve both as much as I could. The things that I pushed for, it was not necessarily just more dialogue. It was bringing a more book-accurate Geralt to the screen. All of my asks and requests were along the line of just being faithful to the source material," unquote. Unfortunately for fans and for Cavill, the showrunners were all about taking this extremely successful show on Netflix and perverting it not only away from the original source material, but away from the thing that made Season 1 such a success. The firm focus on Geralt of Rivia as the hero of the show. I mean, after all, he's not only a white man, he's a very white man, And thus, according to the woke rules of Hollywood, Geralt had to be taken down a few pegs, minimized and marginalized, in short, put in his place. Cavill himself sent out a warning hidden inside a promotional video regarding the approaching second season at the time, looking a bit like a victim in a hostage video and saying, in measured tones that sounded casual, that Geralt wasn't really going to be the focus in Season 2, that the showrunners were going to focus a lot more on the women moving forward. That sent up a lot of red flags for me at the time, and when Season 2 came on and I saw that this show was a pale imitation of what Season 1 was, I tuned out. I stopped watching because it was boring and increasingly focused on Ciri and Yennefer and her fellow witches. Cavill's warning was all too true, as it turned out, which leads us now to the rumors I have about the real reason why he quit. At this point, I must state that what I'm about to tell you is information provided to me by sources claiming knowledge of the situation, but since I cannot independently verify any of this, I am presenting this solely as unverified rumor, and I ask you all to please take it with a grain of salt. So, that said, here is what I was told. This Sunday, November 6th, I received the following message, quote, "This comes from a source we trust and knows a thing or two about Cavill. This is the same source that nailed the Superman Returns leaks. So anyway, while Cavill had issues with where they were headed with The Witcher, allegedly seasons 5 and season 6 were going to be mostly about the girl Ciri. But what got Cavill so mad was the fact they wanted to kill his horse, Roach, and the manner in which they wanted to kill Roach. The director of the episode wanted to kill Roach in a funny way, a way that was a joke. Cavill and the director fought about it until Cavill threatened to walk off the set. Then the director said, "Fine, do it your way." Cavill didn't want to leave, but he saw it was only going to get worse, and the director wasn't willing to give any ground on her vision for The Witcher, so he left. Allegedly.
Oh, this is a fucking disgrace. Talk about letting agenda trump everything. The Witcher is about Geralt of Rivia, and all the other characters are just minor in comparison. Cavill was the star. The show should have focused on him, not on all the stunning and brave women that back him up. It's like getting financing from AAA, then making a Scooby-Doo movie focused on the Mystery Machine.
This news made me sick when I heard it. Netflix, fuck you. Fuck you for hiring a showrunner who cares more about stealing a franchise away from another man and turning it into a gynocentric gaggle of gals than staying true to the source material. Netflix, at a time when Hollywood is prioritizing woke whining over strong stories and excellent characters, you accidentally stumbled across something that was a smash hit. And what did you do? You let a woman come in and fuck the whole thing up, prioritizing woke whining over strong stories and excellent characters, you idiots. And as a result, you've lost your star, and I believe you've lost your audience. This is a fucking disgrace. I urge all fans of The Witcher to skip watching any more of this shit with Liam Hemsworth. Nothing against him. But if the reason Cavill left The Witcher is because the showrunner has no respect and therefore he did reject, we must back up Cavill and do the same.
But the mainstream media is telling us that Cavill is leaving because he wants to do Superman again.
Oh, sure. And as well we know, the mainstream media never lies, Harvey, right?
Well, yeah, they definitely lie, but...
But nothing, dude. Look, the whole Black Adam Superman thing was a great piece of luck with the timing of it. We see Cavill in the red and blue again, and while everyone's cheering, they go ahead and leak the news that Cavill is leaving The Witcher, using that enthusiasm and hope as a cover story, a smokescreen to hide the truth, namely that The Witcher wants to go full-blown woke. And the thing that was standing in the way was Henry Cavill, who was a fan of the original source material and hated what was being done to his beloved myth. And that, according to this rumor, is why Cavill really left. And given his expressed views in the past about disagreements with the direction of the show, even as far back as the start of season 2, I find this explanation highly plausible, even though I can only present it as a rumor. That said, If anyone else has more information about this story, either reinforcing it or rebutting it, contact me on Twitter. My handle is @Doomcock, and let me know what we got right or wrong here. But one thing's for sure, I'm finished with The Witcher on Netflix, and I hope all true fans of Geralt of Rivia will join me in this. From the center of the earth, this is Dictor Van Doomcock bidding you all, my friends, stay angry. Ha 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 ha